This is John T for the Boxing Voice, and I'm delighted to say that I'm joined this evening by English light heavyweight challenger Ricky Summers. How you doing, Ricky?
I'm good, John. How's yourself, mate?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks, mate. I'm just chilling out now. It's Friday evening. I'm about to go and watch that big BT card in a minute. I'm sure you are. And then tomorrow, I don't know what to do. There's two cards on, so I might have to record one and watch the
Oh,
other
yeah.
after. Are you watching it
Well,
all?
I've got my team. Well, my teammates. I'm on. My old gym partner, Danny Bull's fighting tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Uh, my stable mate, Zach Parker. So it's exciting for me. Obviously, I've got my best mate fighting tomorrow night, top of the bill, Lennox Clark.
Cool.
But obviously, you got the Dillian White fight as well, eh? So I'll be flicking over. I've got sporting me, sport for boxing choice this weekend.
It is spoiled. I think I've decided I'm going to pay for the pay-per-view and record it, turn the phone off, watch the BT, straight after just get on the box. I'll probably up till about 3 a.m, but that way I won't miss any fights. And like yourself, I know quite a lot of fighters on both the cards, so you don't really want to miss out. Not as close as you, though, so that's good. Well, look, last time out, you haven't fought for about a year or so, but you had a good win. I think it was at Walsall Stadium. Tell us about it. How was that evening?
Yeah, it was good. It was a good win. The kid never really gets stopped, and yeah, I had a bad performance against Lawrence Zwacki before that. Got a draw up in Newcastle, but took the fight on really short notice, 4 or 5 weeks. Cut the weight, got a draw. It was a very boring fight. I've never watched that fight back, to be honest, because I come out of the fight. It was a very negative fighter. And I was the one who was always pushing the action, but I come out of the fight without even like a mark on me. The next day, I wasn't even aching. It looked more like I'd been in a fight. I've had harder spars than the actual fight. So like I was eager to get back out, and then my manager got me out on a club show, got the stoppage, was able to push on. And then the pandemic.
Mm. And that's it. You're quite hard. Like a lot of fighters, you've been inactive for a year because of what's happening. So I'm going to come on to your fight in a minute that's upcoming. But before I do that, you're now up to 17 wins, just the 2 defeats and the 1 draw, mate. So the record looks really, really good. Of the 2 defeats as well, looking at your record, they were against good level opposition. Firstly, you lost to Frank Buglioni, and that was for a British title. And that's no mean feat at all. So talk to us about that night. How was that experience, and what did you learn from that defeat?
It was a great experience. It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest. Boxing on small hall shows, then jumping straight onto like a matchroom bill. But I wasn't just like down on the card. I was topping the bill at the O2 Arena, fighting a very experienced fighter, as in Frank, who'd boxed for a world title. And then, going in there, it was just the experience that lost me that fight. And, I lost to the better man on that night. And I can hold my hands up. And I know I sound bad saying this. I can hold my hands up and say I properly lost that fight. With the Andre Sterling fight, it wore me in there. People that know, I had a lot going on in my personal life. Me and my trainer at the time, I fell out with one of the assistant coaches, and I was all over the place. I didn't train properly for that fight at all against Andre Sterling. And after 3 rounds, as you seen in the fight, I dropped him heavy in the second, got cut, and it just went downhill from there. It just wore me in there. So that loss hurt me more, because I know I'm better than that. You know what I mean? But it's on my record now. It's going to be on my record for life. There's nothing I can do about it.
Well, look, do you know what? There's so many. It's so refreshing to hear you say that you lost to Frank, the better man, on the night. There's lots of people that I do speak to who admit that they lost to the better man when they lose, but then there's others who kind of try and find reasons why they maybe did.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with losing that. And like you said, you were the less experienced on the night, and that will now put you in good stead for future fights, which brings me on to your opponent. So we know damn well, we've had Dan Azeez, he's the English champion, obviously your opponent, a couple of times on the site. Is he a slight step up in class for you again? Because he beat Andre Sterling last time.
Yeah.
And I think he stopped, maybe 7 or 8 rounds or something. Good opponent?
Yeah, he's really good. I've got a lot of respect for him. He's coming through and he's doing everything asked of him. He's a good all-round fighter. I've watched him come through. He beat the lad who I got the draw with as well, Lawrence Zwacki. It was a boring fight, but he did go out there and he got the win. I think he won his English title from that fight. Defended it against Andre Sterling, stopped him in good fashion. Fight was 50-50, but going into like the 5th, 6th, 7th round, I think Dan just, stepped up that level and got him out there.
Yeah, he did. He did seem to go through the motions. As you said, and you only lost to Sterling on points. Things didn't go to plan for you the best, but it looks like it's a good fight, 50-50-ish there. So you've got your opportunity to go and get that English title. I know you won't overlook Dan, but should you come through that, where do you think you would start looking at next? I think the British title is actually vacant now, is it?
Well, I don't know what's going on with, like, obviously, Craig Richards fighting Bivol. I don't know if he's got to vacate that. I don't know how that works, but best of luck to Craig. And yeah, I mean, like, the British title's like my dream. I've seen Dan. He's eager to get his hands on that British title. I think that's where I make our fight. I think he's gonna steal the show because we both want it. He really wants to push on, and so do I.
Yeah, well, the fans are looking forward to that fight, mate. So I think that's on the 17th of April. It is chief support on a big MTK card, live on IFL TV. So another live TV fight for you. So we wish you luck on that one. Just while I've got you, I'd like to talk about some of the other current fighters that are there. You mentioned Craig Richards, which is really good. He's got his world title shot against Bivol. That's on the big pay-per-view card, the Chisora Park. Yeah. What are Craig's chances, do you think, in that fight? Because Bivol is quite formidable.
He is, yeah, and he's it's a tough ask, but fella Brit, I wish him all the best. I hope he goes out there and does it. I've had a close eye on Craig because not many people know this. I was meant to box him last year. We got offered the fight and we accepted the fight, and I was in training for him. So I had a little look at him, and he looks quite awkward. I think that's why they call him Spider. He's quite tall, big for the weight.
Yeah,
he holds a good shot. He looks a solid fighter. So I was looking like closely at Craig, but like say Bivol, he's obviously world class, but we don't know how good Craig Richards is yet. So like I say, I wish him all the best for that one.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think last time out, again, I had that as a 50-50 fight against Shakan Peters. I think a lot of people thought that he would win, but actually Craig looked fantastic. And, he's got that opportunity, take it with two hands. That's what you're in the sport for, to get them shot at them world titles. So we wish with us, but he's got a shout, that's for sure. And just one last one. We mentioned that there's a few fights on this weekend. I could probably sit here for hours and go through each fight with you, but we haven't got the time. Just the big fight on the pay-per-view card. Dillian Whyte against Povetkin. What are your thoughts on that? Will it be repeat or will it be revenge?
I think it'd be revenge. That was a punch from the gods. What Povetkin threw, and his age and stuff. And like I say, Dillian was up, and it was just that split second switching off and got caught. But I think he pull it off this weekend. I think, Dillian Whyte a win, mid to late stoppage.
Excellent. Well, we hope so for Dillian, obviously being British. We hope he comes through that. And both those cards are stacked with talent. So lots to watch for the weekend for the fans. Well, thanks for taking time out with us, Ricky. We really appreciate it. We'll be watching the fight and we'll contact you nearer the time, maybe week of the fight, and get an interview in with you as you're going into the bubble and that. Is that all right?
Top man, John. Thanks for the interview, mate. Nice one.
No worries, mate. We'll catch you soon. Cheers, Ricky.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows. The list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.